conservatives, huh? They had the technique, they had the hand, they had the eye. But what they were looking for in life was different from what the moderns were looking for in life. They were looking for financial security. They were looking for sales. They were not there to open new visions in art. They were not there to push forward frontiers of thought. They were there for their livelihood.
Ms. Ledesma, the first question I wanted to pose at you is how the AAP, the Art Association of the Philippines, started, Whose idea was it, and how did it come about?
Actually, after the war, we have been talking among ourselves, those who graduated from the School of Fine Arts, UP. Whenever we would meet the old students of the School of Fine Arts, we would say we should have an alumni association. Alfredo Pestaño and Antonio Dumlao were the two people that I talked to, but then nothing happened. It's one of these things where you just talk and nobody takes any action. So finally, in 1947, I decided to do something about it. I went to the School of Fine Arts and met my old professors. And I suggested that we have an alumni association. And said, all right. And they mentioned certain names. You get in touch with these people and they will help you. So I went to these people and we settled a date, February 15th, 1948. This was a Sunday. And we went to the School of Fine Arts. At that time, it was at Taft Avenue, where the Supreme Court is now. And there were 13 of us. I was chosen president, and Ramon Peralta was the executive secretary. And there were only two, because there were only 13 of us. After that, we talked and talked about art. It seemed that there was this need for communication. So we said, next Sunday, we will come again to continue. And next Sunday, more people came by word of mouth. More artists came. Some of them were not graduates or students of this UP School of Finance. They were outsiders. But they came to listen, to talk, to give their ideas. And there seemed to be a hunger for communication among artists. There was a need. And we talked, and in that second meeting, Hernando Campo was there, Cesar Legaspi. Hernando Campo was suggesting so many things. And his suggestions were carried out. So he joined us. For several Sundays, we kept meeting, discussing, and forming the association. The war has just been through, and we needed this stimulation. And many of those who came were not alumni. So it no longer became an alumni association. It became a separate art organization.
I see. Did you write down any formal objectives at the association, aside from the fact that you felt a need for communication?
Actually, the association just grew. First, we just had we just elected our officers. We then elected a treasurer who was Virginia Flor Agbayani. And in one of our meetings, Emilio Aguilar Cruz, he was editor of the Sunday Times at that time. So he said, there is a famous American artist, a lady artist who is here, Lily Harmon, and his works are included in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Maybe we should invite her to talk to us. So we invited her for the next Sunday, and she talked to us about art organizations and how to make sure that an art organization should not fail. She said, do not make a cultural organization. That will surely fail. Do not join any political party because you will fight among yourselves. But have an association which will help the financial problems of the artist. If you have an association like that, you will grow because you are solving a need. Then she said, I am a member of the Artist Equity of New York. I will send you the constitution of the artist equity when I go back to the States. And she did. She went back, and after 2 weeks or so, we received the constitution of the artist equity. At that time, we postponed making a constitution until we saw the artist equity. And when we read the constitution, we were amazed because it was a very sophisticated constitution. It foretold all our future problems. There were already solutions to future problems that we did not yet encounter.
During the early years of the AAP, what kind of art was being done?
Remember that this is 1948, and most of the artists were graduates of the School of Fine Arts, UP. So when the AAP was started and the first annual show was organized, there was a predominance of conservative painting. By conservative paintings, I meant the use of color was sober, many browns, neutrals, and then subject matter was idealized, something like motherhood. I mean, symbolic paintings, no, which is a descendant of the type of paintings Luna used to paint. Yeah. Luna used to paint Mother Spain, Filipinas, and España y Filipinas. Well, we will still find this symbolism. There were paintings of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And then, of course, the idol of was Amor Solo. His influence was very strong. But there were a few who broke away from this tradition. And they were what you call the moderns. Some of them were self-taught, like Hernando Campos. Some of them were already under the influence of Edades. And these are, of course, Botong. Manansala was influenced by Botong very much. Cesar Legazpi was influenced by Hernando Campos. But these were already influenced by Edades. So we have Diosdado Lorenzo, who was already using bold strokes and brilliant colors.
What is this thing, the walk out of the conservatives from an exhibit of the modernists?
The AAP had its annual shows. Yes. And there were years when it had two, semi-annual and the annual. I think in almost all the shows, the moderns always won the prizes, first prize. Or, in fact, the first annual show, the moderns ran away with all the prizes. So there was a danger of a split. There was a danger of the AAP dying at birth, no? To save the association, upon talking it out with other people, the AAP decided to put two sets of prizes, conservative and moderns. But the press and the people were always talking about the entries of the moderns because they always had something new to put out. Now, the conservatives were more interested in sales. They were interested in popularity.
Who was of this conservative thing?
Simon Saulug, Ben Alano, Oscar Navarro, Gabriel Custodio, Cesar Lopez, Romeo Enriquez. These people that I mentioned were excellent artists. The conservatives, they had the technique, they had the hand, they had the eye. But what they were looking for in life was different from what the moderns were looking for in life. They were looking for financial security. They were looking for sales. They were not there to open new visions in art. They were not there to push forward frontiers of thought. They were there for their livelihood. Although they were equipped with all this excellent technique, craftsmanship, colors, they painted to please the audience. But the moderns were not. They were not to sell paintings. They did not care whether they sold or not. They were looking for new visions, new approach, new ways of saying things, new ways of looking at things, creating new colors, approaching painting from a different point of view. They were interested in what was going on in other parts of the world. They were very conscious that the Philippines was at that time at least 50 years behind the times, and they wanted to catch up. They were ambitious young men, and they did suffer because they were ridiculed, they were laughed at, the paintings were not bought, or if they were bought, They just bought it among themselves. But the people who bought the paintings were the foreigners. It was the foreigners who first appreciated modern art here. And the prices, they said, compared to other parts of the world, was very, very low.
But how about you personally? Were you for modern art when the time you opened the AAP?
Personally, I was for modern art, but I could not say it out open because if I did, it would break the organization, no? I tried my best to be fair. The moderns said I was pro-conservative. The conservatives said I was pro-modern, but it didn't matter. The thing was that every year, the annual show took place. This is not my work alone. Others became president. Arturo Luz became president of the AAP. Sobel, Galo Ocampo, Goya, Leonie Benesa. Every time somebody was elected president, we used to say, condolences. It was not congratulations, condolences. Sabi, it's your turn now.
It was really a heavy
It was,
responsibility.
yes. It was very difficult raising prize money because
Yes.
we had to go from office to office asking for prize money. In 1948, the painter was a hampas lupa. The people looked down on painters. That time, parents would object for their children to take up art. Even painters or artists themselves, if they have daughters, they don't want their daughters to marry another artist. I wanted to be a painter, but my mother objected. I studied at the UP School of Fine Arts for 3 years. Then I went to the United States for 1 year. So when I came back, I wanted to, no, my mother said, sira bang ulo mo, you take education so you can earn a living. So I took up education. And
You never got your degree in fine art?
no, one of the big boosts that we got when Fernando Sobel became an artist and joined the AAP is because he is a wealthy millionaire and he is a painter, and then he became president of the AAP. Later on, he spoke in the Rotary Club about modern art. So, bida kami. You know, before nobody bought paintings, they were just asked. Hinihingi lang. Yung mga paintings na Morsolo, 50 pesos yun. When President Marcos declared that national artist, I almost cried because for the first time we were given that recognition. I was sitting there and they were reading the citation and all the benefits that was the government was giving. And I almost cried because I said, never in our dream, one day we will be able to do this.